All right, let's make some more elite breakfast. All right, first we're gonna get eggs, self-rising flour, milk, basic batter. Probably use more than that, but oh well, we'll just stick with that. Well, actually, we'll add a little bit more flour just to be nice. Nah, fuck it. Anyway, what we're making right now is pancakes with milk gravy, a Carolina favorite, and then I'm gonna mix it, with some regular syrup that goes on a regular pancake and just show you how good those munchies are because they are unbelievable. It will kill you horizontally. It is just amazing. And we will test its dangerousness and, if you really feel that way, how good of a remedy it could be. And we'll find that out soon. Let's go ahead and finish the pancakes. Now, like usually for this type of recipes, the pancake, I put in 2 eggs. I don't remember if I'm supposed to put 1 egg or 2. But this is a little bit of a variation of a recipe that I actually have gotten really close to before, which is just using flour and water, self-rising. It's called fried bread, but I'm not going to go into that yet. It's just, one of, old-timey, good southern country cooking, really delicious, best recipe. My granny used to cook it every single morning. We would have this and milk gravy, and it was just so delicious. But anyway, we didn't do it with pancakes, so I wanted to see how that would turn out because that's what we will be doing. That's kind of how you got to roll with the flow of things. You always got to mix in, something that'll really, make it new. So that's what we're doing here. So we'll go ahead and make a bunch of these, and then I'll show you the results. And my stomach is hungry. Thinking with my tongue, add peppers. Slice them up in there. Just gonna be crazy mixture, really, really intense with the pancake syrup. God. But I know that it's fail safely delicious. While you're smelling the jalapeno, I'll make sure we have big layers of butter in between. Each one of these will make it just so freaking good. And that's already enough to fill us up. It's already one meal. But we'll go ahead and go with a third one and just see if we can handle it all. I know we can. Okay, there's our basic pancakes. I mean, these are delicious. There's nothing wrong with them. And this is what is going to be good. Now, normally, I wasn't really taught, by, cooking this stuff, but I think that this is going to be really delicious. And it's going to give it flavor. And like I said, by the rules of this type of style of cooking, it doesn't matter what you put in it. It just matters that it's going to glob up in this stuff here. And then when you add the flour, it's going to have something it's going to absorb it, and it's going to have a great flavor. You can do it with just butter if you want to. But anyway, this is going to be mixed in it, kind of like usually they're supposed to make a sausage gravy, but it doesn't really matter that much. Anyway, we'll just let that cook for a minute and be back. And we also have a small little extra bit of bacon because this smells a little bit like soap because I just washed this, and I just don't want to have something that's not going to be strong enough to cover up whatever that was. I mean, I didn't know that I used any soap. I think it was just what I was scribbling this pan with that made the soapy there. So I think that will mix it up good with the peppers and the mushrooms. We'll kind of see how that will resonate with everything. And also, let's examine this butter here. You can tell that it already has such a buttery, delicious, crispy flavor. Not crispy, but oh my God. I mean, it smells just like, those little flake biscuits. I mean, it has that perfect, whatever I did was just beautiful. It smells great, has wonderful, just unbelievable buttery flavor. I mean, there's nothing that can ruin this right now. Well, like I said, nothing else can really be done to mend that flavor. It smells great. Also, we use an Asian pepper, which is pretty interesting. The ones that look like Smurfs, like their shoes. So, okay, now we're going to add some flour. Self-rising flour. It doesn't seem like there's enough consistency down here because you've been cooking with vegetable stuff. Just all you need is just something to cook that in as a base. You don't have to cook with meat, which I've never done before. Usually I always put in, bacon, sausage, but I like a vegetarian lenience. I like to lean that way more, because it just makes me feel more peaceful as a person inside. So, I think it's smarter to add some vegetable oil to it. So we'll get this nice and browning, just like, not an M1 assault rifle, you know what I mean? This is some really deliciousness right here. When you can just smell a new dish being created right now, I mean, it has a way peculiar, different smell that most food has never attained. And I mean, it does not smell like something I normally recognize. I mean, it's like, there's Greek food, there's Italian. I mean, it doesn't even smell American. It smells like something completely different. It's like something else is going on right now. Just amazing. Even though probably the last generation of new food would be American because America was the last place to be discovered, except for South America and then before that. But North America just seems to be, a little bit more, conventional and, then electricity, you know what I mean? I mean, I just think that it has a little bit more to say about that. How delicious it is, everything else, it's just all about that. I mean, that's what that is. And, okay, so it's browning enough milk. You can also add a ton of flour to it to give it more thickness. I want it to be really thick, is usually how I want mine. Of course, I could have also added, all of that before and just had a huge pile of flour, going in there with it. Could have done, but I mean, this is just how it was done, and I mean, I always add a little bit more, add a little bit less, stir it until that's gone, and get rid of the dumplings, even though it's good in there like that, and we'll just let these cook for a minute. And you don't know that, the less that you cook it, the thicker it'll be if it's the thinner density, because that's just not what we're looking for. We're actually trying to get this thing nice and good. The more you cook it, actually, probably thicker consistency. If you ever heard of Bowser's Castle, I mean, this is the lava here. Check that out. Just straight up lava. It should be called lava. Once it starts doing that, I mean, it's saying, this is about all I can do, so once it becomes lava, you can just, it's already burning a little bit on the bottom. You can just turn it off completely and just let it do its thing. Let it, simmer, and then it'll thicken up, and then we'll try it on these wonderful buttery pancakes that we've created, our own style. Don't forget your salt and pepper. And for those of you impatient, it'll probably take a good 5 to 6 to 10 minutes to get this thing completely full. Should have about a 1-inch layer of really thick gravy. It's almost like curd, when it comes to milk, like when, that stuff settles on the top is really good. But we can just leave it like that. We have some original pancake syrup. Basically, it tastes like Aunt Jemima. And it's so good that it will just burst with flavor and make your mouth dive, watering and spilling out and exploding in delicious explosion. I promise you that my munchie calculations are always perfect, always have the right flavors, always have the right timing. And you know what? I did forget the butter on top. So let's go ahead and, wait a minute. Oh, it's already melted. Yeah, that's right. So, we'll just kind of do this sort of like a McGriddle. Just have, a good amount of syrup there. And then if you always wish to, you could just add, just a little bit more delicious country gravy with mushrooms and all the greatness inside of it to the McGriddle. This is that feeling and that flavor. And it is the best gravy that is ever created, and ever will be. It's super delicious with mushrooms and jalapenos inside of it. And there's no way that you will say no to it. It's so, so delicious. It's probably some of the best breakfast you will ever have in your entire life. I mean, just with the jalapenos and everything makes it sweet with the pancake. I mean, just imagine a McGriddle with some jalapenos in it. And just every nutrient that you would ever need, and so many carbs is in this. I mean, this is at least 1,000 carbohydrates, calories or whatever. I mean, it's probably like 3,000 calories, but it's really good. There's no way you could stop it. Just dump that gravy in there. And you got mushrooms to battle through. You got more peppers to battle through. You got syrup to fight for. I think a small amount of bacon, just to see if it's still alive. See if it'll survive in there. Yes, a really lively concoction. I guarantee you try it. It's delicious, and there's nothing better. It's great. That's right.